For 2 world wars, some of the most important messages on Earth were carried by a bird. Not a courier you could bribe, not a rider who could be turned at the border, a pigeon. We tell it as a story of loyalty. There are medals. A bird named Cher Ami got one for flying through fire to bring a message home. It's a good story. It's the wrong story. Because the pigeon was not loyal. Loyalty implies a choice, a temptation resisted. The pigeon had neither. It flew home because home was the only place it could go. You cannot bribe it to land somewhere else. You cannot reason it into another roost. The destination wasn't a decision it made in the air. It was built into the bird, on the ground, long before the flight. That's the first thing, and it's larger than it looks. We spend most of our effort trying to build carriers we can trust. The honest courier, the bonded messenger, the rescuer who swears he'll bring your valuables back. Trust is real, and sometimes it holds, but every trustworthy carrier shares one weakness. Trustworthiness is a thing that can be turned. The honest man can be frightened, or bought, or simply have a worse day than you planned for. The pigeon cannot be turned because there is nothing to turn. It was never deciding. The safety was never in its character. It was in its construction. So here is the harder design, the one we keep skipping past. Don't build a carrier you can trust. Build a carrier that can only come home. Make betrayal not a sin it resists, but a move it does not have. Now the second thing, which the medals also got wrong. When the bird lands, you do not interview it. You do not ask the pigeon where it's been, take its word for the route, trust its account of what it carried. You open the capsule. The message is there, whole, or it isn't. The loft keeper reads it. Anyone standing at that loft can read it. The proof is the arrival, not the bird's story about the arrival. A trustworthy carrier asks for your faith on landing. Believe me, I didn't read it. I didn't change it. The bound carrier asks for nothing. The seal held or it didn't, and you can see which. And notice when the work was done. Not in the storm, not in the fire over the trench. The home was set in the bird months earlier, in the quiet, in the loft where it was raised, because you cannot teach a pigeon a new home in the hour you need it to fly there. The constraint is laid down in peacetime and tested in war. The destination is decided before the danger, or it is not decided at all, which is the whole pattern, told with a bird. We are about to hand our most valuable things to carriers again, faster ones, cleverer ones, ones that act while we sleep. And the temptation is the old one. Make them smart, then trust them. Make them swear they'll only ever bring your things back to you. The older way is harder, and it is better. Write the home in before the flight. Bind the one place the thing is allowed to land so the carrier could not deliver it anywhere else if it tried. Then seal what it carries so a stranger can open it and confirm it arrived whole without ever trusting the one who carried it. Do that, and you can stop needing the carrier to be good. You only need the loft to be bound and the seal to be checkable. Character becomes optional, structure does the work. So the question to ask of anything you trust with what matters is not, is it loyal? Loyalty can be turned. The question is colder, and it's the only one that holds. Could this have gone anywhere but home? If the answer is yes, you have a story. If the answer is no, you have a proof. Home was not a choice. That is exactly what made it safe. Enforcement precedes execution. Set the loft before the flight. This is not commentary. It is category formation.